On the edge of a small town, nestled between towering trees and rolling hills, stood a house unlike any other. It wasn't grand or particularly special in appearance, just an old, creaky structure with a roof that sagged a little and windows that rattled in the wind. But this house held a secret. A secret that only its newest residents, the Garcia family, were about to discover. The Garcia family, Mom, Dad, and their two children, Emma and Jake, unpacked their belongings, excited but tired after a long move. Boxes were scattered across the cozy but slightly run-down living room. Mom was hanging up curtains while Dad fixed a shelf. Emma and Jake raced around the empty spaces, chasing each other. The Garcia family had just moved in, excited for a fresh start. The house seemed like any other, but little did they know, it was waiting for them to settle in before revealing its true nature. The next day, Jake sat in his room, frustrated with his homework. As his pencil snapped, he tossed his book aside angrily. Suddenly, the floor beneath his bed began to tremble.
Oh! I hate this!
Jake shouted, his face turning red with frustration. Without warning, the walls of his room shifted and stretched, turning narrow and cramped. His bed moved closer to the walls, making him feel trapped. In this house, the walls listened and reacted. Jake looked around, confusion and panic in his eyes.
What's happening?
He exclaimed. Hearing his shouts, Emma rushed in, her eyes widening as she saw the room shrinking. She quickly pulled Jake out just as the walls shifted back to normal.
Whoa, that was weird,
Emma panted. Over the next few days, the family started to notice more strange changes. Whenever someone's emotions flared, the house responded in unpredictable ways. One evening, Dad was upset after a long day at work. He slammed the door, and the entire house shook slightly, rumbling with anger. The house shifted with every emotion. Frustration made the walls close in, anger sent tremors through the floors, and sadness made the rooms colder and darker. Later, Emma, feeling upset over an argument with a friend, curled up on the couch. The room around her grew dim, the windows fogging up as though the house shared her sadness.
Why does everything feel so heavy?
She whispered to herself. One evening, the whole family gathered in the kitchen for dinner, tension filling the air as they argued about small things, the unpacked boxes, work stress, and school troubles. As their voices rose, the walls began to shift, the ceiling lowering slightly, and the dining room table wobbling uneasily.
Why is this house acting so strange? We can't even have a meal in peace.
Dad exclaimed in frustration. Emma, watching the room change shape with their emotions, suddenly realized what was happening.
Wait. I think the house is reacting to us. It changes when we get upset.
The family fell silent, glancing around at the walls that now bent and shifted slowly.
The house reflects what we're feeling,
Mom said thoughtfully. Determined to understand the house, the family decided to test their theory. The next day, they gathered in the living room, trying to stay calm and see what happened. To their relief, the house remained still and peaceful. The walls didn't move, and the floor didn't shake. It was as if the house was at ease. The Garcia family learned that the house wasn't just reacting to their emotions, it was mirroring them. If they could control how they felt, the house would remain stable. Jake took a deep breath, working on his homework. Even when frustration bubbled up, he didn't let it take over.
I get it now. If I stay calm, the house stays calm too.
He smiled. Over time, the Garcia family learned to manage their emotions better. When anger or frustration arose, they paused and took a breath. When sadness struck, they comforted each other. In return, the house remained warm and welcoming. The family gathered in the living room, laughing and enjoying a game together. The house stood still and cozy, its walls no longer shifting. In time, the Garcia family realized that the house had taught them a valuable lesson. When they let their emotions control them, the world felt chaotic and unstable. But when they took control of their feelings, everything around them found balance. The family shared a warm embrace, their laughter filling the peaceful house. And so, the Garcia family found peace, not just in their home, but in themselves. Moral of the story: control your emotions, or they'll control you.